Mighty God. Mighty God. Mighty God. Mighty God. No. I'll now call on Latoya Thomas, the niece-in-law, to now present the eulogy. I'm calling on Latoya Thomas to present the eulogy. Come on up, yes.
Pleasant afternoon to you all. Let me use this media to stand on the protocol already observed. And as it appointed unto man once to die, but after this, the judgment. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. Eulogy for the late Morreen Walker. We gathered here today with our hearts filled with both sorrow and gratitude to honor and celebrate the life of Miss Morreen Walker, lovingly known as Dawn. A woman of profound faith, gentle strength, and unwavering spirit of generosity, Dawn touched every life she encountered. On the 2nd of June, 1958, Salome Sewell and Rudolph York welcomed their first child, a beautiful baby girl, Morreen. Their hearts was filled with joy as they nurture and care for her. She began her education at the infant school in 1962 and continues through Cascade All-Age School from 1965 to 1974. After leaving school, she started working at a young age. The first job she held was as a domestic worker for the lady named Margaret, where she gained early experience in caring for a household. I am here today to confirm all the previous things that have been said about Miss Dawn. By the age 18, her desire was to become an entrepreneur. She began selling goods at the Coronation Market, a true testament of her independence and entrepreneur spirit. Miss Morreen met the love of her life at Aunt Cherry's cook shop in White Sand. Anybody can attest to that? Their love grew stronger, and so they decided to tie the knot. They got married on June 13, 1998. Morreen had 2 children before marriage and later had 4 children with her loving husband, Kenry Walker. Together, they built a family rooted in love, faith, respect, and shortly after she got shortly after, she answered the calling of God on her life as she was baptized in the White Sand Church of God. She was a devoted wife, a nurturing mother, and a grandmother who loved deeply. Dawn was a woman of quiet authority, sincere kindness. She made everyone feel welcome whenever they are around her with a smile, a thoughtful word, or a simple cup of tea. Her presence brought peace. She didn't just enter the room. She filled it with calm, patience, and purpose. She lived with intention. Her faith guided her every step she took, and she continues reminding those around her to trust in God. She prayed for people she had never met, served without expecting anything in return, and show up whenever it mattered most. As you heard before, cooking was one of Dawn's most cherished gifts, passed down through generations. Her meals were more than food. They were love. They were loved in edible form. His sister remembers how she would ask Dawn to cook for her whenever she come. Dawn would prepare the meal and even delivered it with joy. Her husband, Henry, described her as a peaceful woman. She does not like war, and she is always the peacemaker. Ainsley Blake, her son, remember his mother as a woman of great determination and perseverance. She is a lady who is a very determined when it comes to her livelihood. He stated that on several occasions, he would tell her, "Mom, it is now time for you to stop to go to the market and sit home and relax." But she replied, "Whether you look the Lord or you not look the Lord, I am going. So it is best you look the Lord." So, reflecting on his drive and resilience, he acknowledged that she always supported and stand by him whenever she can. Angela recalls her mother as the best cook ever. One day, while cooking, she tasted the pot and realized something was missing. Then her mother came to the kitchen, and with a sprinkle of this and a little bit of that, the dish was transformed. And it tastes as if Dawn herself had cooked this meal. Another memory is going home hungry and seeing cabbage and rice. Her remarks, "You could cook piece of meat." But once they started eating, it tasted so good and it was delicious. Mom was kind and nurturing. Even her children becoming adults, she continued to care for them. She would send things from the market, like the onion, the scallion, the thyme, and send the money to buy the meat for them to prepare their meal. She always made sure her children were taken care of. My mommy is my best friend. We talk about every and anything. She is my world. My last conversation with my mom, she said to me, "Me pitney, me love you, you know, and me grateful for you." Her love was selfless. She wanted them to take care of themselves and not spend on her. Fayon recalled how Dawn encouraged her to be strong, independent, working hard, and never to compare herself with others. She welcomed her grandchildren with open arms, never fussing, loving them just as if they were her own. She was a mother to them. She sang for them, danced with them, and reminded everyone to pray and trust God. Suan remembers her mother as her best friend, someone she could talk to. In her final conversation with her mother, Dawn reminded her to love each other, care for yourself, and continue to pray. She was filled with joy that truly reflects her spirit. Suan also shared that her mother was also giving person, always kind and always thinking of others first. She was the pillar of strength in the family, guiding, supporting, and loving unconditionally. Samuels remembered her mother as a constant source of encouragement. She never missed a chance to tell her how much she loved her and how she is proud of her. In her final days, she encouraged her to stay focused, work hard, and live a meaningful life. Her words still echo in our hearts, especially when she faces challenges. She shared how her love for her was unconditionally and how she believed in his potential even when she doubted herself. Her support gave her strength and courage, and she cherished every moment they spent together. She was not just her mother, she was her rock, her guide, and her greatest cheerleader. She also made a song for her granddaughter. I don't remember the tune of that song. Could you sing it for me, please? All right, thank you very much. So they have great times together. Her final words were to her granddaughter. She said, "Bye, Zan, bye." Miguel Walker, her youngest son, shared a touching memory of buying a dress for his mother. The day before her passing was the very first time she tried the dress. She put it on and went in front of the mirror, and she looked at herself and smiled and said, "Yes, I love it. It's very nice." That made Miguel feel good. They both left preparing her load in high spirits and feeling blessed. On the morning of her departure, she encouraged Miguel to stay focused, work hard, and get his life together. Her final message to him was filled with love, wisdom, and a hope of his future. Dawn taught her family how to live with grace, kindness, and deep faith, continually reminding them to take care of themselves and others. She sang hymns while doing daily tasks. Her favorite song was, "You are great, yes, you are Holy One. Walk upon the sea, raise the dead, reign in majesty, mighty God. Everything that written out you is great." She got up and got ready to go to the market. The blouse that she chose has these words written on them. God got me. My peace, my joy. It was on the morning of April 8th, 2025. On her way to the market, she was feeling ill. So they rushed her to the hospital, and to our surprise, she did not make it home. She went to be with the Lord. She leaves behind to mourn her death, her loving husband, Kendrick Walker, her beloved mother, 6 children, 3 brothers, 3 sisters, 9 grandchildren, nieces, nephews, cousins, in-laws, and a whole host of other relatives and friends. Her legacy always lives in our minds, and the many lives she touched, whether through a word, her meal, or her generosity. As the scripture says in 2 Timothy 4, verse 7, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my race, and I have kept the faith. Dawn did exactly that. She had run her race with strength, grace, and compassion. Today we mourn deeply, but we also celebrate a beautiful life. We will remember her laughter, her strength, her hospitality, her wisdom, and her love. Let us carry her spirit towards us forward in the way we teach our children, in the meals we share, in the prayer we offer, and in the love we give. Rest well, Dawn. You may gone from our sight, but you are never gone from our hearts. Good afternoon.
I know that time is going, but there weren't any mention of her neighbors, so I'm going to ask that you give me a chance, an exception. Arlene Jones, just share in brief 2 minutes or 1 minute, if you can make it fast.